I was thinking like if I could share about my experience about how I started in web development, and without having a degree, it's quite challenging for me. But I thought like why not to start sharing about my journey with others. So basically, I wanted to share a few things, like the topic that I'm gonna cover in this video, like how I started freelancing, and from freelancing, how I get into job, and then after getting into the job, how I got opportunity to work with a startup based in US. So it's a pretty interesting journey, by the way. So let's start. So basically, let me give you an overview. I started freelancing after my 12th. So I was in college. So I took a gap. Like I wasn't taking classes. So like in January, maybe first when the first sem exams were coming. So I joined the classes, and then teacher said that you missed all the classes, and what was the reason. So I was basically learning um, the coding, and then I wasn't taking seriously my college things. So then I just like stopped doing the studies and all. So after a long time in January or February, I think I joined the classes, and teacher said that you should leave the college and something like that. So I decided to leave. I should decided to drop out, right? So I dropped out, and then I started the first client I got from Fiverr, and let me show you if I don't know if that's gonna work here. So let me show you shipment. So it's Fiverr. So I started with Fiverr, and if I'm gonna log in there, I'm not sure if let me just show you. So what was the URL? Group, no. So if it's Fiverr, yeah. Let's see. So this is my profile, right? It may be so. This is quite like I was using this 1.5 year ago, maybe 2 years ago. Then I stopped using Fiverr. Okay, so first client that I got from Fiverr, and if you, I don't know where do they show this. So I did jobs out there, and I don't know why they are not showing reviews out here. So there are four reviews. I mean, 4 to 5 jobs I did on Fiverr, and yeah, so this is the start. And first client I got about $5 from Nigeria, and the second client from India, and third client from UK. So these are the four, I think, jobs. And maybe yeah, these are the four jobs. I started from here on Fiverr. So then I moved to Upwork. In between, I think, yeah, after working on Fiverr, I moved to Upwork. So I will be making a video like how I got my first gig on Fiverr, and after that, I moved to Upwork. So on Upwork, if I show you um, how I, okay, so it's not public. I may have to switch to share Upwork, right? In this basically, okay, yeah. So yeah, on here I made like good money. So like in starting, I was taking money out of, I if you are trying to get into freelancing, you know why the amount is so less here. I can't say anything about that because that's a secret. So I did about 6 jobs there on Upwork, and almost I do have a 5-star rating on every job. And yeah, so yeah, this is my Upwork account. Yeah, so how now? I told you like these are the freelancing platforms I was working on, and apart from that, how I get into the first job, full time job. which is from India. So you know, I applied for jobs on Naukri.com. So somehow, based on the experience that I mentioned, that I worked as a freelancer, and these are the clients that I worked on. These are the projects that I did. So they somehow, like, I got in the interview, and I cracked the interview. So there was first interview I cracked. Sorry, that was the second interview, I think, and I cracked the interview. I joined the company. After 3 months, I left the company. Then I, like, it was continue to I was continually continued to change the company. After that, what happened is, like, I wasn't getting satisfied because I was really focused on learning, and I was thinking that enough uh, I'm not getting paid enough against my work that I was doing, against my knowledge. So I was changing companies rapidly. After that, on Twitter, when I posted about one time I posted about on Twitter that that I'm I got my, like, 5-star rating on Upwork by doing some work. So then what happened is, one of the person on Twitter just sent me the message that, hey, if you want to work with us, just let me know, just schedule an interview, things like that. So he said, so I was agree on to work with him because, because I wanted to work with something challenging. So I started working with them, and this is how I got my first job, basically. So this is all about sharing your work publicly, and also I did have some sort of project, some sort of credibility to show them, and that's how it just went. This is how I did all these things. But I know that, um, many efforts that I am not showing you, and many times I wrote. Sorry, I worked 12 hours a day. Still, I work 12 hours a day someday, but at least 9 to 10 hours I work every day, and 12 hours, 13 hours. So in my initial days, I was working, like, I was working more than 12 hours. I think that would be better if I would say I used to wake up in the morning and end up trying, like, completing my project in the evening. So I was really dedicated to my work, but that time I wasn't getting paid. Right now I am. So that's so it was a great journey. It was it was kind of hustle, but I wasn't feeling any kind of pain that time. So I was feeling like, okay, it's interesting. So yeah, that's all the journey. So I'll be making more about freelancing and coding. So if you want to stay up to date on that part, you can just do and subscribe to the channel.